Hey guys, it's EDDBUD, and I'm back with another episode of Running Shoe Yay or Nay. 4 shoes, 1 man. Will I be trying these shoes out or leaving them on the virtual shop shelves? If you're new to the channel, I'd really appreciate if you'd hit that subscribe button and click the bell for notifications below of when new videos are launched. It really does help the channel out as well if you'd give this video a thumbs up like. It's coming from the heart. First up on this episode of Running Shoe Yay or Nay is the New Balance Beacon 3. The Beacon's one of those really light shoes I really got on with. I managed to pick up a pair of the originals, must have been about 18 months ago now. Certainly a real contender for that daily shoe crown. Is that a thing? The crown of daily shoe. Is it possible this new version will have Nike and Asics looking over their shoulders? A little bit. It's just dropped on the New Balance site and it looks as if the midsole stack height is pretty similar to what it was before. There's about a 6mm drop. Seems like there's a few little changes in the upper over the previous iteration, which is one that I skipped over. But I'm certainly interested in this update. I always like a light shoe due to the fact I'm quite a slight runner, very tall, there's not a lot to me, the wind blows and I fly away like a feather at the start of the Forrest Gump film. That's pretty much me. Maybe I could weigh myself down with some lead weights perhaps. This one could be a really great low weight, very breathable shoe for those summer saunters. Makes me think Beach Boys, Teenage Fan Club, maybe even the Byrds as well. I always think of them as a summer band, don't know why. I mean, one of their songs talks about seasons, not just about summer. I think around £100 though for this one. It's certainly in that same price range as the Pegasus 37 and the Nova Blast. For me, this one's a firm yay. The New Balance people have been knocking it out the park of recent time with releases like the 1080 V10 and the TC. I've enjoyed both of those immensely. I think this one could be a good choice for those long runs and perhaps some easier paced, shorter recovery efforts. I think if Asics and Nike are the Liverpool and the Manchester City, I think perhaps the Beacon is the Leicester City of the whole situation. Something like that anyway. Shoe number 2 is the Adidas PrimeBlue SL20. This one's clocking in at 100 Earth credits, £100 basically, via the Adidas site. Kind of launched it without any sort of fanfare, it's just appeared there, which seems to be the thing to do at the moment. You just put shoes up on the website and don't tell anyone. If you didn't know, PrimeBlue is a fabric that is created using coastal waste, so plastic bottles and junk basically that's been picked up from beaches and coastal zones. So as you're grinding those down on the mean streets, you can rest assured that it's helped the environment and is a little more ecologically sound than perhaps some other efforts. It won't be causing problems for those creatures on land and sea quite as much as some other shoes perhaps. I think I'm quite into this ecologically focused stuff right now. I enjoyed the Allbirds shoe, that was an interesting one to try out. And of course Asics have been doing quite a lot to reduce their carbon footprint of recent time. And don't forget, Adidas are also working with Allbirds soon on a new line of shoes as well. We do have to try and look after this rock responsibly for those that will come after us. So I think an initiative such as this one is top notch. I did want to try out the SL20, and although they have discounted it on many sites right now, it does feel like a good time to perhaps bag one of these PrimeBlue versions. Although I've heard some weird sizing problems about the SL20, and people even going up like a full size. I've always had to go up a half size in Adidas, but a full size? Will I not just look like some sort of crazy clown? I kind of look like that anyway most of the time. You've seen some of the stuff I wear when I go out. I think some of you caught Mrs. EDDBUD's Instagram post as well the other day about my new Aero Swift shorts that I bought. She kind of thinks they're not perhaps as modest as they should be. But hey, if they make me go faster, then I'm game. The SL20 is certainly a lightweight offering. I think it's about 230 grams in UK size 8.5. So it's going to be relatively light. It's not that light actually. Really, is it? It's not that light. Not sure if I should change my mind about this one now. But it should be a good competitor for the Pegasus 37, the Beacon 3 perhaps, and the Nova Blast. But I am going to give this one a yay. One thing to note, this shoe isn't within any Adidas promos at the moment. If you've got a voucher or discount code, it won't work on these shoes. They've done that for a while actually on the SL20. I wonder why. Shoe number 3 on today's running shoe yay or nay is the Nike Pegasus Trail 2. So soon to be released, this new road trail transformer is certainly a good looking shoe, Clark. It says on the Nike website that this shoe is aimed at trail athletes and outdoor enthusiasts. I like that, outdoor enthusiasts. The outsole of this one's reportedly inspired by bicycle tyres, which obviously means that they're kind of making your feet into a human bicycle. I'm not entirely sure how I keep a straight face while I'm saying this stuff. Apparently they built up the traction in the forefoot and the rear of the shoe, and then weight relieved the middle section a little bit. So it's going to help you going up and downhill. Always a good thing to have some extra traction going down some steep descents, as I found out to my peril the other day. The Nova Blast are a little bit too bouncy and I ended up in someone's garden. We're okay though, no flowers were damaged during this accident. There's going to be full length React here, so don't worry Tim Gross. It looks like there's a midfoot cage for some side secured foot hugging. One welcome inclusion here is a gaiter around the back of the ankle. I had a lot of problems with my Terracotta 5s with lots of hitchhiking debris entering into the shoe, sort of like a dirt stowaway. Oh man. Though one big elephant in the room here is the weight of the shoe. I was super keen to get these. I think they look incredible. That profile is just so good. But alas, on the US Nike website, a US size 10 is clocking in at a colossal 11.75 ounces. So translated across to grams in a UK size 9, that's 333 grams. The women's US size 8 is 9.5 ounces, so that's 270 grams for a women's size 7. UK. So I think that makes it about 1.7 ounces heavier than the Pegasus 37. I'm already finding that shoe a little bit excessive in terms of weight. Just doesn't really feel that nimble to me, and this certainly isn't at 333 grams for a size 10. So in a size 11 it's going to be even more. Just seems a huge amount of weight. We got a full length React midsole here. Is that something to do with it? So it's certainly going to be a heavy shoe for us large-footed people. And for me, unfortunately, despite the fact that this shoe is one of the most pleasing aesthetically, it's going to be a nay. That's just some heavy vibes, Nike. What's with the weight? See, I've even stuck these Hoka insoles into this Pegasus 37 now. Down to 300 grams now. It's a bit more like it. Terracotta 5 in my size 11 UK is 327 grams. So it's going to be way heavier than this alone. Shoe 4 today is the Asics Kayano 27. So this support offering is recently released on the Asics website. I think over stateside it's about $160, and it's a shoe aimed for those who overpronate, meaning as your foot hits the floor, the outside edge meets first and then there's a roll kind of inwards. I've got a neutral gait, so it's not a shoe that I'm going to be going for. But then again, this channel isn't just about shoes for me, it's about shoes for everyone. Could this be a shoe of interest for those who need that sort of level of support? So there's loads of tech here, including the classic Asics Gel in both the forefoot and the rear of the shoe. I think it's got flight foam propel as well, which is what we've seen in the Glide Ride, I believe. There's some Asics high abrasion rubber on the outsole. Apparently organic super fibres stop the foam from wearing out too quickly. What does it mean? It does remind me a little bit of the organic alfalfa that's eaten by Joey Ramone during the Ramones film Rock and Roll High School. They're just making him eat it all the time. I don't know why. Joey Ramone was already quite a wisp of a man. You've got a mesh upper and the Trussic system, which appears to be some sort of midfoot strengthening kind of technology to stop the shoe from flexing too much. A little bit like torsion, I guess. So loads of stability features here if you need them. Quite a built up heel area. There's a 10mm drop, and in a US size 9 it weighs in at about 11.1 ounces. So it's still lighter than the Pegasus Trail 2. So I think for those overpronators looking for a really top level shoe, I think this is a yay. Not sure I'll be trying it, but I think somebody I know is trying out this shoe. So I'll see if I can get some sort of report from them on just how well it works out. I hope you've enjoyed this new episode of Running Shoe Yay or Nay as much as I have. No EDDBUD video would be complete without a short musical interlude. I've dug out this old album from the Hives. I think this was released back in 2001, so it's about 19 years old now. It's kind of like a best of their early releases. Hives are really fantastic, very direct kind of punk sound, very clean. They had some great names of the band members, including Dr. Matt Destruction. Hate to Say I Told You So is one of the classic Hives tracks, and that's featured on this album. Main Offender's great too. In fact, they're all really great tunes if you want to get out there and do some faster paced miles. So do check them out, the Hives. Sadly, I think they had lots of legal issues surrounding this album with their previous label back in Sweden, I think. Do check them out though, I think you'll enjoy it. Okay, it's time for EDDBUD and his new white cap to disappear off into the sunset once again. Thanks for tuning in, guys. I really do appreciate you watching through to the very end of the video. Please do the channel a big favour by hitting that subscribe button and clicking the bell for notifications below of when I launch the new videos. It does help the channel hugely as well if you give this video a thumbs up like and you share it with your running buddies. My name's EDDBUD, and I'll be seeing you